Hello guys, I hope you are all fine. So we discussed in previous video in module 4 of part 1 section, and in this video we'll be looking module 4 part 2 section. Module 4 is interview responsibilities, professionality. Part 2, responsibility of arrival time. Section 1, describe of responsibility of arrival time discipline. Section 2, flowchart of responsibility of arrival time measurement. Section 3, explanation of flowchart on arrival on the time execution. So in this video, we will cover Module 4, Part 2, Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3. We'll move to the next slide for the Module 4, Part 1, Part 2, Section 1. Part 2, responsibility of arrival time. Section 1, describe of responsibility of arrival time discipline. The interview will start once the candidate enters the interview room. The candidate should enter the room very politely manner with eye contacting each other and saying good morning or namaste. The interviewer will look at you at the first glance at how you enter the room and communicate with them. Better to stand until anyone says, please sit or have a seat. It impresses the interviewer as you wait for the interviewer to start politely and discipline. It shows them sit straight and cool and calm manner to listen to the questions from the interviewer. First, listen the interview, then you start speaking or explaining them properly without hesitations. So, the section one talks about the what precautions candidates should follow up during the interview. Once candidate is entering in the interview panel room, his or her eyes will be looking all the persons in the sitting in the room. It makes that you are the confident and you will wait for the some time to tell them to sit or have a seat in your place. So once you are sitting in your place, then it is good to say that thank you. It's notification that identification will go to the interviewer into the panel to understand that candidate having the maturity and punctuality and follow up the under the discipline. Then you will be sitting very calm in your chair and you will be looking around the interview panel group people, and once the interviewer will start telling you the any question to answer, then you will be listening properly, and based on that you will be replying the correctly answer in the front of interview panel. We'll go to the next slide for the section 2. So section 2, flowchart of responsibility of arrival time measurement. So during the interview, what candidates should do? So having the 4 categories. First is be in correct posture. Be in correct posture mean that your body should be not much straight or not much loose. It should be in the standard posture to looks good to the interview panel. Be calm. Be calm in the sense you are not having any kind of fear. You do not have any kind of agitations. You are standing in your place or sitting in your place very calm manner. Be confident in the sense that you are very confident to face the interview. It should not observe by the interviewer like you are not interested for these job profiles. So by the your confident only, it will shows that you are very much interested for this job profile. So be honest. Mean that here you are very honest to describe the answer with the correctly without any hesitation, without any differences. Once you are telling an answer, it should be very clear and precise. There should not be any confusion between that. Section 3 is explanation of flowchart on arrival, on time, executions. So the candidate has to follow the four main categories like be calm, be honest, be in correct posture, and be confident in during the interview. The candidate to listen properly and reply the answer accordingly. There should not be misunderstanding of answer whenever try to explain in the front of interviewer. The correct posture indicate that candidate is interested to the applied jobs and having willingness towards work on the job profile. Confidence shows strength and the right ability on the skill for the requirement from the employer, either private or public sector. So section 3 is covered about the during the interview, what precautions we should have and what precautions we should follow during the interview. Now we'll move to the next slide. So we have covered the module 4, interview responsibility, personality, and we have covered and completed part 2, responsibility of arrival time. We have covered section 1, describe of responsibility of arrival time discipline. We have covered section 2, flow chart of responsibility of arrival time measurement. We have covered section 3, explanation of flowchart on arrival on education. So in this video, we have learned module 4, part 2, section 1, section 2, and section 3. In the next video, we will be looking the module 4 of the part 3 section. Thank you.